Hi, this is Bob from Cyber Innovation. Today we're going to talk about configuring your POP3 email account specifically to work with a free Gmail account. So Gmail or Google Mail is a free service offered by Google. Highly suggest you use it because Gmail is platform independent, and what I mean by that is whether you're on a Mac or a PC or run an Internet Explorer or Firefox or Safari, you can get to your Gmail. You access your email through a browser, so you can get to it anytime from anywhere. It works very well with Blackberries, with iPhones, with Droid. Obviously Droid runs on the Android operating system, which is written by Google as well. So Google or Gmail has become extremely popular. There's a paid version, which you can pay $50 a year, and a lot of companies or organizations pay that. Or you can get a free Gmail account. So your free Gmail account is, your name at gmail.com. So that's a free account. Get that set up before you go any further. If you don't have that, you might as well stop this video. But once you have your free Gmail account, that can kind of be your personal email. But then you have, the reason you're here today is you have your own domain name. You've gone out and registered your own .com, and you've set up your own website, and you want your own email. So you want to be able to send email with your domain name, and you want to be able to receive email with your own domain name. Well, the nice thing about Gmail is we can add that right into the same interface. So if it's working with all your other platforms, it will work there as well. So if someone sends you an email at your domain and you reply, it comes from that one, and they have no idea that you're using Gmail. So the other part of today's setup is for accounts that use cPanel. I know companies like Bluehost use cPanel, HostGator uses cPanel, Cyber Innovation, all of our clients, they each have their own cPanel. cPanel is your login, it's your area behind your website. So you simply, in your browser, bring up your website, and at the end put a /cPanel. It will prompt you for a username and password. This is not the same as your email username and password, nor is it the same as your WordPress password. You want this to be a very unique, hard to remember, hard to break password, because this is the control panel for your entire domain, for your entire website. This control panel is overwhelming because it has logs and files and databases and domains, and the main thing we're coming to look at is right here under Mail. So when you log into your cPanel, or that stands for control panel, you'll want to click on email accounts. Your email accounts are shown here. To create one, you simply just put in a name, and it will be at yourdomain.com. This is the email this is the domain name that you own. This is the email you're setting up. You enter a password a second time. It will give you an idea how weak you can actually generate one if you want a really strong generated password here. But this is how you create email addresses. They will show up here. This is how you would delete them. If you want to change a password, change it here. Change a quota. The quota is how much storage space, how much email that will hold. Now that's not a big deal, because in a moment here we're going to show you how to go to Gmail to check your mail. So this should always stay at 0. Any email that gets received is going to get picked up by Gmail. This is how you delete the account. But I mainly want you to take a look at over here under More, Configure Email Client. If you're not going to use Gmail, there is access here to set up Outlook, Outlook Express. Here's how to set up Mac. IMAP address if you run a Mac and Mac Mail. The main area I want you to take a look at is these manual settings down here. This talks about your username. Although this has a plus, I still use the @ sign. So when it says username, I use your email address. So your email address is the same as your username. The incoming mail server is that. Your outgoing mail servers are here, and take a close look at the port numbers. So at cPanel, to summarize, this is part of your hosting account. You log in to maintain your email addresses. This is where you set your username and password. That's going to be the main thing you need, and the server settings to be able to set up Gmail. So leaving this, open another tab. Here is a Gmail account. Again, this has to be set up ahead of time. Your email, mine is brancleve@gmail.com. From that, you go into Settings, Accounts, and Import. And down here you set up check mail using POP3. So we're going to add a POP3 email account. The box will pop up and ask, what is your new email address? So we're going to put in the new email address, Click Next. It's going to automatically go out and determine if that domain name has a mail server. So a moment ago I said, remember, your username and your email address should be the same. These two boxes should be the same. So use the same. Put in your password here. It auto-detected mail.slashdraw.com. It auto-detected port 110. Everything's great. You probably won't need to check anything from here, but I'll touch on them real quick. If you want to leave a copy on the server, that was a moment ago I talked about cPanel where you have a quota. If you want to leave the mail there, you can. I don't suggest it. Just let Gmail bring it in to this server. Always use SSL when retrieving. Secure socket layer, that's really advanced, not commonly used on retrieving. We will use it here in a moment on sending. Label. This might be something because you have a Gmail account that has one email address. You may want to label all these incoming mails with a different label. You can use this one by default, or again, you can set up any email address in here that you possibly can. Once you have that, you can archive them automatically, which you won't want to do because you want to read your messages. So simply click Account, give it a moment to go out and check and verify. And it says here, your account has been added, right in this area. So it's figured out how to pop in and get your email. Now the next question is, you can retrieve from this account, but would you like to send? Well, of course you want to do that. So you want to say yes and click Next Step. You assign a name to the email address. And then it says send mail through your SMTP. SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. When you send mail, you can send it through Gmail. It's easy to set up, but I'm not a big fan of that because if someone emails you at your domain, you don't want to reply at Gmail. So you want to go ahead and take a moment right now, click this box, go ahead and set it up. And it's asking you this information for your outgoing. What is your outgoing mail server settings? So I'm going to leave that box there for a second, and we'll go back over here to the cPanel. See if I get both boxes to show. And at this point now, down below, you remember these manual settings. You could have copy and pasted those or printed those, or you can hotkey around. But the outgoing mail server is mail dots. We need to go up here and change this. It tried to auto detect, but it did not do it properly. The username, again, I'm going to repeat myself, but it's always your email address. Your password is the same. But you notice down here for outgoing they want port 26 or port 465. So we need to pick port 465, and that is on the SSL line, so we need to make sure that's SSL. So mail server username, again, is your email address. Your incoming mail server is, you have two choices here. Your outgoing, you have to use SSL, port 465, and then you have to click Add Account. So first it adds an account to bring mail in, then you have to set up an account to send mail out. So it successfully added it, but it wants to confirm. So what Gmail does is actually sends an email to verify that all this is set up correctly. And in the email, it's either going to have this, a link, which is the easiest thing to do. You're just going to click on the link, or they're going to, in the email, give you a code, which you can type in here and click verify. I'm just going to close this window. I'm going to go back to my Gmail. I'm going to have it check mail now on the new account that we checked. Then go back and click on your inbox, and you'll see the Gmail team has sent you a message. You've requested to add the Gmail account. Here's that code I talked about. But again, why try to copy and paste it here? All you have to do is follow down, or it says before you can send mail, you got to click this link. Simply click that link, and now you have confirmation success, and you are set up. So what we've done is, in summary, in your cPanel for your private domain name that you own that matches your website, set up an email address, a POP email account, and then we went into Gmail to have it check that email and send us that email. Now anytime that you would like to, in Gmail, create a message, one of your choices here is going to be that new address that you've added today. So thanks again for joining us. I'm Bob from Cyber Innovation. If you have any questions, be sure and send us an email to support@cyberinnovation.com. Thanks, and have a great day.